I'm here with Arora from Cubics and Thitikorn Sopchokchai from Vichai Trading 1983, and we're going to be talking about implementing some of the business practices and the technology and the operational procedures found at big corporations, big MNCs for integrators themselves. Guys, I've seen your work. I know you deliver amazing spaces for your corporate clients. Is there value in taking the technology that you're deploying for them, enabling the kind of working environment that you guys create for them, taking all of that and bringing it to your own businesses, to your own workforces, and kind of optimizing the integration part of your operations?
Yes, I believe it's the most important thing right now because we're getting so many new people, and they should see what we do, they should know what we do, and the expectations are set right for the customers as well, and for the people. So yes, it's really important to have a very similar setup of what we want to implement at the customer's place into our own office. We've in fact built a new office which is very high tech. So it's an in-use experience center, and not too many people come there, but it's more the experience for our own employees to understand what they have to deliver when they reach the customer site.
I agree with that, and I feel like, overall, us as an integrator, like worldwide, I don't think we do a good job of, keeping our own office to the latest standard for AV. But I also think, of course, I think every integrator would love to have a beautiful office, but the most important question would be cost. And the more important question after that is how much is that cost is going to be borne by the integrator themselves, or can we pass it on to like the other level, for example, the manufacturers or the distributor, something like that. Because we have to keep in mind that, we cannot have our office as a museum. 2 years from now, everything is gonna change. So, of course, we like the concept of, we put it's like a live demo room, but what's the point of it? The return on the investment if we might have to change the equipment inside the room every so often.
That's really interesting because you do need to have that balance, right? This is your space. You don't want it to turn into a showroom.
We want a showroom. We don't want a museum.
Okay. So you're happy having products sponsored by particular manufacturers or vendors and then showcasing them inside your...
Yes, that would be ideal.
That would be ideal.
Not even maybe completely sponsored, but support.
I'm sure that we'll let you pitch it to a lot of the exhibitors here at ISA. I think you have a really nice shopping window. We mentioned the friction on the part of investment. Are you finding there's friction on part of the people that work in these offices in your companies as well, or is everyone really open to change and losing their corner office and going to an open floor plan and hot desking?
So, no. I feel, I think the concept of, open plan office is not something that is very proven, and I feel like, for us as a company, we have a wide range of, age demographic in our company, which means that some people, are more comfortable with the open plan, and then some, maybe like the accountant who's been there for 20 years, they are not okay with, they need their own desk. So for our new office, what we are trying to do is we're having a kind of like a hybrid system where a lot of the back office people, the people who actually will have to be at the office every day, they will have their own desk, and the people who are more customer facing will do more hot desk plus the locker style.
Yes, I believe a lot of technicians also don't visit the office on a very regular basis. So yeah, you can have a staff of 300, but only 100 people come to office every day. The other ones, they're mainly at the customer sites or always on the move. Even the sales guys are always on the go.
So there's an element of making sure you pick the parts of modern working that work for you and fit your company and your business and your culture and traditions, and then discard something.
Yes, and I believe completely open office is for companies which have thousands of people, and AV companies are not that large in size with the amount of people sitting. So even if you become the largest AV company in the world, you'll still not have in one office not more than 200-300 people.
And the last thing I'd like to touch upon was both of you were featured on the inaugural AIPAC 40 Under 40 list. And the key thing that stood out in your entries was you were taking a very keen look at how operations are run at your particular businesses and how that could be optimized with things like SAP, with things like Oracle. Could you maybe expand a bit more on how integrators in Asia Pacific specifically can improve their bottom lines and improve their P&L by, taking on business practices that are standard in other industries and then bringing it to their own operations?
Yes, so we implemented Oracle and a completely automated ERP system, in the last year, and we are just getting on to that completely, like fully onboarding in maybe another month or so. But we are finding some great use cases which we could not have even imagined. Our transaction processing time has reduced by almost 10 times, I would say. And the kind of market which India is, and I believe APAC is, the customers after, let's say, the biggest area where we are getting a lot of return is that after the project is on, so for the variation orders and for the smaller changes which happen during the project, the system can handle it really well. So, we don't have to sit at the, after the project and compile everything and, make a statement, send it to the customer for final billing. So that whole process is so well integrated that the system automatically, if let's say they want to change a 120-inch screen into a 150-inch screen, so, our request, they raise a request, our project engineer raises the cost difference, it automatically generates an email to the customer has to DocuSign it. So, every time getting a PO is not easy in such a small thing, in such a small time. So he just DocuSigns it, sends it back, loads into the ERP, and by the end of the project, we just click compile project accounts and we get all the returns, all the difference, deltas, everything compiled in one place. So that becomes very easy. And also shipping from multiple locations, we can very easily do build to ship to with the help of a good system, which we were not able to do it manually at that speed.
So, completely agreed. And what I'd like to add is, I come from a company that is, it's not a new company. It's founded over 30 years ago. So a lot of the working process is, something that's been done 30 years ago. And I think that's the same as a lot of company that is, prevalent in our industry. And the thing is, what we did 30 years ago is not what we should be doing today. So it means that, a lot of these new tools are available in, standardized in other industry, and we should use them and then see how that can improve, us as a company. But of course, there's been a lot of pushback. There's been a lot of people who say that, okay, this is the things that have been done, and we like it that way. But basically, these kind of things are being done to, change the competitiveness of the company, as well as improve the customer experience.
Gentlemen, I wish you luck in your endeavors for modernizing both of your businesses. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It was great having you on this panel.